Hey guys, in this episode, I go over the KSR series and compare it against the Amptweaker Type Metal Pro 2. And huge shout out to my boy Tony Peppers, who owns Pepers Pedals, for making me this A-B switch so I can switch from one pedal to the next so I can compare the two. Stay tuned. What is up, you guys? It's your boy Louie Torres, and today I will be going over the KSR series pedal versus the Amptweaker Type Metal Pro 2. And then here's the one thing that you're going to pick up on while, as far as comparing the two goes, is they're actually voiced differently, which of course is what you look for when you're buying any amp or any pedal for that matter. So you're going to find that the two are different enough. Both are ridiculously brutal. They're both different enough where you can own both, and depending on what kind of flavor you want for your recording or for your playing, you can pick and choose the KSR, or you can pick and choose the Amptweaker. And if you don't know about either company, then shame on you. You should totally know everything there is to know about Kyle Rhodes and KSR amplification, along with James Brown, who was the owner of Amptweaker, who now is working with EVH and designing all of these newer pedals, including the latest, which is the 5150 Stealth, and soon to be the new retro EVH Iconic, which is the EVH version of the original PV 5150. So I'm going to go ahead and use my antiquated Washburn Solar guitar. And then the funny part is there are guys that are into solar guitars that don't even know that Washburn made the original Solar. And then once Ola left the company, he decided, I'm going to start my own company and just call it Solar Guitars. And literally used exactly the same specs. Nothing is different. They were actually manufactured in the same plant also. So let me go plug this guy in. For all you solar guys. Does that say Washburn? What? No, it can't be. Is that the Solar logo? It is. Are those Seymour Duncan Solar pickups? They are. So for all the guys that sent me messages saying, what the heck Washburn is that? They must have done something or stole Ola's design. Some people never try to do research in their lives, and it's very apparent. Washburn Solar Model 1. So that being said, I'm going to be A and Bing these two pedals. And here's the one thing. I get a lot of complaints from guys who are like, man, all you do is you just set it and you forget it. Come on, bro, I don't even have patience to make these videos. You think that I have time to be like, this is what it sounds like with the treble. This is what it sounds like with the bass, with less bass, more bass, less bass. Come on, bro. Gain, lesser gain, even lesser gain. Come on, dude. If you are into chugging like I am, all the settings don't matter until you find your tone, and that's it. And it stays solid and stuck and static forever. And that's what I do. I find where I like it and I leave it right there. And you guys get to hear that. And of course, there's that range. So if you decide to buy it, have at it, go nuts. Send me a video showing what it sounds like with less bass or more bass, because I don't know. I just kind of go through the knobs. Okay, that sounds good. Let's roll. In this video, I will be using the clean channel of my Randall RD100 Diablo, running out of my Mesa 412 with Celestion V30s. And because I'm using an AB switch made by Tony Pepers, there's no off. It's literally on, left, or right. So I'm going to be starting off with the KSR Ceres and then switching over to the Amptweaker Type Metal Pro 2. So let me know what you think. So there you guys have it. You know, for me, the Amptweaker is great. It almost sounds a little too dry, if that even makes sense. You don't necessarily get that saturated tone, and Lord only knows I love that saturated tone because I play dadcore and I'm a terrible guitarist and I need to hide my errors and terrible picking and style of playing with lots of saturation so you can barely hear what I'm playing. No, I'm kidding. But I do like some saturation. I like that sound that the KSR Ceres promotes and pushes, and I feel like my KSR Ares has exactly the same thing. And funny thing is, and I'm super excited that the PA50 will actually be here tomorrow, so you guys can hear what the KSR PA50 sounds with the KSR Ceres along with the KSR Eros, which to me is just the best portable package that you can possibly have without spending $2,000+ on one of the KSR amps. I mean, you're still going to be somewhere within the ballpark, so it's up to you if you want the actual head or if you prefer just breaking it up and being able to use different preamps that you currently have in your collections. So guys, hopefully that helped with your decision making, and I ended up doing my mics a little differently. So instead of using the two mics that are in front of the speakers, I actually ended up using my AKG that's right in front. That way, it's a little different. I haven't done this in some time, but it's basically the room tone is basically what you ended up hearing, which sometimes, you know, breaks it up, and sometimes that's what you want to hear is, hey, what's it going to sound like to my ears when I'm actually playing? And that's kind of the best representation of what it would sound like you standing in front of your amp without having a bunch of mics purposely placed in front of the speakers. And, you know, that kind of throws things off a little bit. but I feel like the AKG mic that I use is fairly neutral. So what you hear is basically what it really sounds like, especially when I play back the video, which I always do. And that's true to what I hear. So guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hopefully you learned something new. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Down below in the description, I will put links for the KSR. I'll put a link for Amptweaker and also a link to my boy Tony Pepper's website. So you guys can go ahead and get tons of Pepper's pedals so you can add to your, I was going to trying to figure out another letter with P, but collection, and I couldn't come up with anything else. So guys, I love you, Tony. Yo, guys, thank you so much for watching. And as usual, I'll talk to you soon.